Good afternoon and welcome back to Going Wild again. So today I'm looking at the 10 essential items that I take when I'm wild camping in the car. So I'm going to try to list these in order of safety because actually camping in a car can be a little bit more dangerous than maybe a tent. One, because it's got an engine which gets hot, and if you've ever been next to a car fire, literally a minute and a half and your engine's on fire. So the first item, so I always carry the smoke alarm wherever I go, and make sure it's in the front of the car near the vents, because when the engine sets on fire, mainly the smoke will come into the car through the vents. Now I think this is imperative, because if you're asleep in the car, you need to know within 10 seconds that your engine's on fire and you want to get out of that car really fast. So that's my first go-to. If you're cooking in a car, I'll go with a carbon monoxide as well as one of these. I don't cook in my car, I cook in a well ventilated space at the moment outside, so I'm just using this, but I think this is imperative. I think the second item you've got to carry is a fire blanket. If you're cooking outside or inside, a fire blanket will obviously stop the spread of fire really fast. You can use it for lots of different things. You can use it for cooking on it. My go-to item number 3 is, and it has to be, my first aid kit. In there I've got everything from creams to plasters to bandages to corn plasters, safety blanket, tick removers. I carry everything in there, and not that you have to use it a lot. Don't need a big one, just something that'll get you by till you can get to the hospital. So I think one of the key essentials to any kind of being away in a tent or in a car, in a place that you're not sure about, you need water. I carry 4 litres of water. Look at my last vlog, it shows you how I do that. Basically, I use a Katadyn Go Free water system, and I can basically purify any water into a litre bottle in 20 seconds. So just got to make sure they're not cheap, they're about 40 quid, but you have a clean source of water anywhere. Absolutely essential. So I also carry a sharp bladed knife wherever I go, for preparing, for cooking, for opening packages, for whittling, anything that you need it to do. Really sharp, really pointed, and you need that. You can get into tins with it if you have to. Really necessary. So now we've got all of that, we need something to cook us food on. Food's not in this bit of the vlog, obviously. I carry 2 of these lightweight stoves that go to the small canister gas bottles, and out of the small gas canisters I probably can get about 5 meals, maybe 8, which is not bad for £3. So I carry 2 of these, one as a backup, but I also carry a solid fuel stove as well. So I just carry, in an emergency, the Fire Dragon, solid fuel, and obviously some of the starters to burn on that system. I carry all that in a bag, and I carry one 900 milliliter. That's big, isn't it? That's a big jug, is that? 900 millilitres jug, and titanium jug, which cooks quicker, and one very long spoon. Essential to get to the bottom of the 900 millilitre pot that you're going to eat your food out of. Well, that was a bit of a mouthful. And then obviously within all the cooking system, I'm lumping all that together as one item. I carry a wind guard, obviously just aluminium wind guard, that you can just, you know, keep the wind off the stove whilst you're cooking, as well as some big cook's matches. So sometimes when I'm cooking, I've got another pot as well for cooking like stews or soups, and one of the things that I often need is a set of handles. So I carry one set of handles to pick the pans up. So we're at item number 8 already. Wow, that's gone quick, hasn't it? So we've got to carry, obviously, whilst you're indoors sleeping or getting ready to sleep, you need a torch. I can hang this, whoops, I can hang this down from the roof of the car, and that's bright enough. 10 LEDs in there, and then a torch on the end there. That'll do me. 2 batteries in there, that'll do me for, I don't know, 3 months. So I think that's important. To get a good night's sleep, you really do need a good pillow. This is a Sea to Summit small pillow. So a lot of this equipment I carry when I'm backpacking as well. Sea to Summit is really comfortable, but it makes, like, you hear that crinkly noise when you're sleeping on it, but it's really comfy. It does its job. So I'm happy with the Sea to Summit. So that's item 9. The final item, which I've never seen anyone use this, but I use it. I carry a proper portable toilet, and when I'm asleep in my car, what I do is I leave the toilet outside. I'll show you. So basically the toilet in that bag, and basically that sits outside at the side of the car, so the door can open with a cover on it. Doesn't matter if it gets wet, it's a toilet, but it also doubles up as a seat, so I think it's quite okay, and it allows you to do obviously your number 2s. And then I've got a full-sized shower curtain that can be hung from the tailgate of the car whilst you're using the toilet, and I use a magnet system, and as long as it's not too windy, you can get away with having this shower curtain to give you a little bit of privacy when you're going to the toilet. Or you can use it between 2 doors of a car. I know some people don't take a toilet and don't think it's necessary, but I do, and I think it is absolutely necessary. You know, there's nothing worse than being on the road and, you know, having to go to the toilet. And if you've only got a little shovel and you're struggling to find a place, it's not going to be easy, is it? And I suppose the worst thing you can have is, you know, take a big black bin liner with you and maybe make some kind of toilet that is self-composting. I prefer the chemical toilet. I can use it for 3 or 4 or 5 days, and then I can come home and empty it. It's easy. It works for me. So that's the shower curtain. And then finally, this is item 11. So we've gone over. I'm giving you more content than I need to here. These are just my window covers that are made out of bubble wrap. And then when you turn them over, that's just black. That's just black fabric, and then it's all duct taped around the edges, and they just go on all the windows. And then I've got obviously a front window reflective there, which works really well. And I think, you know, I've got to go to item 12. I can't leave it here, can I? So that's quite a lot of the items we've discussed, but item 12 is surely, it has got to be the duct tape. It really has got to be the duct tape. So without a question, you can't do without the duct tape. Listen, if you enjoy looking at some of the items I've brought and I take, and maybe you want to use them yourself. But that's what I use when I'm wild camping or I'm out in the car. And now if you get caught short at the side of the road, you can make yourself a pee jug out of an old lemon and lime bottle. And I've got a toilet, but it's not always accessible to get a toilet out when you're lots of people around, so sometimes a pee jug in the car works well. Don't forget to sanitize it when you've used it.